I have the best job in the world, and I have the best company in the world because I deal with things that are exciting and really bring yourself to life. I deal with intimacy, sexuality, and relationships at midlife and beyond. The folks I deal with are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even hundreds. This is the post-baby boomer generation and the baby boomers themselves. I have lesbian couples, I have gay couples, I have lesbian singles, gay men that come to me, and of course lots of straight people too, both coupled and individuals, and we work with everybody trying to bring joy and life and just energizing back into all types of relationships, intimacy, and sexuality. At Get a Second Wind, my company, we look at all the issues that happen to people in our age group. Things like physical health changes. A lot of people are getting divorced. We look at Tipper and Al Gore who got divorced. What happened there? Well, it wasn't that they don't like each other, it's just that we're all living longer. And we don't have any role models as to how to live the next part of our life, especially in the area of sexuality, in intimacy, and relationships. So what I do is I help people redefine that, reinvigorate that, take a look at their relationships, and really enhance it to get that sizzle and spark back in their life. My goal is not to be a support group, not to be a therapy group, but to be a fun, energizing, celebrating group, celebration of life. I found with people in this particular generation that we don't have anywhere to go to talk about these issues. So I provide an arena for people to talk about it. I have private coaching where I have couples that come in who've kind of reached that, you know, we've been together for 25 years and it's kind of boring. How can we spice it up? And then I get the newly divorced people who are in the dating scene. How do I date? What do I do? They come to me and I help them. So one of the activities that we do is something called Sex on the Porch. Sex on the porch. We actually don't have sex on the porch, but what we do is we get a group of women together in their 50s, 60s, even sometimes into their 70s and 80s, and we talk about how can we be the vibrant women that we were intended to be. Don't ask for everybody's opinion because everybody's got a different opinion and it's going to be different across the board. In your heart, you know what you want to do. Stick with that, listen to that, write it down, read it every single day. And when someone says, oh, you can't do that, you think to yourself, next, and move on. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to them. You know what's right, go do it. My biggest challenge to date is the same thing that it is going forward. And you know, I would say it's the same thing that every entrepreneur has, and that is balancing that passion that you have, that wonderful forward-moving motion with ESC, which stands for Extreme Self-Care. You've got to take time for yourself because if you're burned out, you can't help anybody. You can't be creative when you're burnt out. So balancing that extreme self-care is really, really important. And you know, that's my challenge constantly. You know, the lesson that I would share with you is 3 words: write a book. Let me say it again, write a book. And the reason you need to write a book is because it gives you professional credibility. If the media wants to trace you, they can say, Kat Forsythe, author of Sexperienced, Guide to the Seasoned Woman Seeking New Possibilities. Great. If you're on television or you do radio interviews, you've got a book to reference. Plus, it's a fabulous marketing material. Use it at the back of your room in seminars, sell it. Unabashed self-promotion, that's fine. Go ahead, sell it at the back of the room. I use it with private clients. Sometimes they buy it, I don't pressure them, but it's always there for them. Make sure the book is really practical too. Have someone read it who will read it at about an 8th grade level. Get a good editor, because if you make it too complicated, and those of us who are real familiar with what we do, we make it way too complicated. Simplify and write a book. That's my tip.